So yesterday, Michelle, aka Desi Arts, that's DEZZIE Arts on DeviantArt, released the 245th edition / shift chapter, if you will, of Metamorphosed to Malleability, and she titled it "Home Again." And basically, it was a simple, once more, filler-like story. In this case, Crystal shows up at Briella's home and notices basically, I should say, that it's completely decorated. It's got furniture, carpet, everything. And she's impressed. Only to find out from Briella herself, when her face appears on the couch, or one of the couches, that, not only is she, thankful to Crystal for, complimenting her like that, but she also informs her that basically everything is her. Well, at least I think Crystal kind of starts looking around, and she asks, "Is all of this you?" And Briella confirms that it is. And this all has to do with, Briella testing her limits in the last story, where she became a balloon and stuff, and, let herself enjoy, that atmosphere as well. So anyway, long story short, Crystal decides to get a little comfortable. Not that comfortable yet, but I think that's coming soon. I think that's being saved for a certain minor arc in between now and 250. But Crystal decides to get a little comfortable, lay back on the couch, and Briella, of course, having her powers, allows Crystal to get relaxed by massaging her, her shoulders and her feet, by basically creating additional hands to do so. And Crystal, feeling good about this, starts to allow herself to sink into the pliable couch. That's her fiance. Not completely yet, but like I said, I think that moment's coming soon. Just don't know when. Now, with that said, Briella decides to, while she's doing this, giving her fiance some much needed attention, she decides to basically start dinner. And the way she starts dinner is basically extending some additional hands into the kitchen and basically grabbing what they have leftover-wise to create some food. And that's what she does. And as a result, they have dinner. They do have dinner and everything. Of course, Briella, I think she does kind of form a mouth or something. She does kind of form something along the ways of a mouth, and she eats the dinner too, but she tries to spoon feed Crystal a little bit, and even though Crystal is appreciative of that, she also lets her know, hey, I can do this on my own. I want to at least eat on my own there. So anyway, they do that, and all the arms get retracted, dishes get cleaned up, all the arms get retracted, and then Crystal basically, although she's still impressed about what she sees, Crystal wonders, what about some actual furniture? Has Briella ordered some actual furniture for the house? And of course, Briella doing a little bit of a mock pout, like, "Oh, you don't think I'm good enough or anything?" And Crystal's like, "Oh, no, I think you're the best furniture there is." But then she poses the question, however, you don't want to keep acting like you're decor all the time, do you? And Briella, of course, admits that even though it's fun, it does get a little boring. So what she does is she allows Crystal to use her phone to do some ordering online of furniture that they will need for the house. Fix, little, bits, furniture like, new couches, new lighting fixtures, stuff like that. And when she's done, she tosses the phone back over to the couch, which basically, basically a hand emerges and zips it over to the lab before zipping back to the couch, and then going into the couch and then reforming into Briella herself, who stretches her neck over to Crystal and gives her a kiss on the cheek, thanking her for her help, getting things together, and, from a furniture decorative kind of way. And Crystal says, "You're welcome, and I had a great assistant to do so." So yeah, again, it wasn't much story. It wasn't much like really plot wise driven. It was more, like I say, down to earth, filler wise, and all that. And sometimes you need something like that before you get to the storm or the main meat. It's like you're getting an appetizer before you get to the main course. And whenever that main course is, or whatever that main course is going to be, I should say, will be intriguing. It really will be. As a matter of fact, I believe, honestly, that 250 is going to be the main course. Whatever they got planned for that, whether it's the wedding, whether it's the fur convention arc, whatever, it's going to be good. I really got that feeling. But overall, like I said, it's just a simple slice of life filler, chapter shift that, Michelle put out for the series. I don't know what she's got planned for next week, whatever, she's got in store. Hopefully we'll find out. Sometimes if she doesn't do like a 0.5, sometimes if she doesn't do a 0.5 continuation of a chapter, like I kind of suggested she could try to do here because it kind of lends itself to that. If she doesn't do a 0.5 continuation, a couple of days later, like let's say, tomorrow or Sunday, then usually she'll leave what she could have done for the 0.5 for the next chapter. That way she can have a little bit more room to work with, as well as maybe also use part of it to kind of maybe talk about the other subplot with the Siri Genesis lab and all that, along with it. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to see. But to me, honestly, I've got a feeling, like I said, something big is coming for the 250th story. Whether it's a wedding, a fur convention, or whatever, it's going to be interesting. It really is. And like I said, whether or not she does a 0.5 tomorrow or Sunday or saves whatever that could have been, that, to me, this recent one would have led into, we'll probably see it, this Thursday or Friday, because, again, she can give herself a little bit more wiggle room to do whatever she wants. Now, do I still stand by a lot of the things I've said before in these reviews? Yes, I do. I still stand by my belief, my speculated belief, that Briella's BFF's boyfriend, fiance, Elanier's fiance, boyfriend, Victor, or Vincent, whatever his name is, I still stand by my speculated belief that he has something to do with what's going on. Because again, you look at, you go back to the story, I should say, of where, Briella is studying very intently one of the doctors that's a main suspect in helping Zetweimer, get what he wanted. And it almost feels like she recognizes him, and if it's, who I'm thinking it is, that will make things very interesting. So yeah, I still think her BFF's fiance has something to do with this. He has some kind of ties to this. I also still believe, honestly, that Crystal is going to get similar powers like Briella. She'll either get the same kind of powers, which, believe it or not, I think could make things really interesting, if you know what I mean, between her and Briella. Or she might get powers, that are similar in style, and again, by doing so, make things really interesting between her and Briella. Like, I could see her, honestly, this is just me, I could see her, getting, this being Crystal, I could see her getting Slime Girl liquid powers. Like, we know Briella can do all these things with, by being a shapeshifter and all that, but I could see Crystal getting Slime Girl, Liquid Girl powers, where she could turn herself mostly into, a Slime Girl-like being, and you could just imagine the fun her and Briella would have if that's the case, or if that would be the case. Overall, I like the concept of, I like the concept and the idea that that's possibly going to happen for Crystal. I really do. And, I love the build here. I really do. I love the build of the fact that whatever she's got planned for 250 was being slowly eased into it. And, what she's got planned, we'll have to see. But yeah, not too much to the story, like I said, but I do highly recommend checking it out. I think you'll all enjoy it. And I do recommend checking out all the other series that she's done, from Becoming Unlimited to the Mounting Me-I, that's M-E-I series, to the other ones as well. I highly recommend checking them out because I think you will truly enjoy them. But until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later. You will also get a podcast version of this as well. But let me know what your thoughts are, and I'm out.